Many TOEFL candidates struggle with the listen and repeat task in the speaking test because they don't know how to prepare for it effectively. But here's the truth. If you understand what the TOEFL examiners are testing, it's much easier to score high. We've helped thousands of students prepare this way through our TOEFL packages. They discover how strategic preparation can completely change their results. In this video, you'll get 8 essential tips that separate low-scoring candidates from high-scoring candidates. If you're ready to study smarter, keep watching. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to prepare for the listen and repeat task in TOEFL speaking. Tip number 1 is to understand exactly what the listen and repeat task tests. Understanding the scoring criteria helps you prepare strategically for this task. The task checks 2 fundamental skills: your ability to understand spoken English accurately and your ability to reproduce it with clear pronunciation. Here's how it works. You'll hear a sentence. Immediately after hearing it, you need to repeat exactly what you heard. The audio plays only once, so you need to listen carefully the first time. The TOEFL examiners score your response based on 2 main criteria: accuracy and intelligibility. Accuracy means how precisely you repeat the words you heard. The TOEFL examiners check whether you got all the words, whether you left anything out, or added words that weren't there. Intelligibility means how clearly you speak. Here, the examiners test whether your pronunciation is clear enough. Tip number 2 is crucial. Listen for complete meaning, not just individual words. Many test takers make the mistake of trying to catch every single word separately. This actually makes the task harder because you're breaking up the natural flow of speech. Instead, listen to phrases and chunks of meaning. English speakers naturally group words together when they speak. When you listen for complete phrases, your brain processes the language more naturally. This makes it easier to remember what you heard and reproduce it accurately. You're working with meaningful units instead of disconnected words. Let's listen to an example.
The university library will be closed for renovations next month.
When you hear this sentence, don't try to memorize every single word. Instead, chunk it mentally. There are 3 groups of words: the university library, will be closed for renovations, and next month. This grouping matches how native speakers naturally process language. It makes remembering and repeating much easier because you're dealing with 3 meaningful chunks instead of 10 separate words. Tip number 3 is to focus on stress and intonation patterns while you listen. English isn't just about pronouncing individual words correctly. It's also about getting the rhythm and melody of sentences right. Every English sentence has certain words that receive stronger stress than others. Usually, content words like nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs get stressed. Function words like articles, prepositions, and auxiliary verbs are typically unstressed. When you're listening to the sentence, pay attention to which words are emphasized. Then, when you repeat, try to maintain that same stress pattern. This makes your speech sound more natural and easier to understand. Here's an example. Listen closely.
Students must submit their assignments by Friday.
As you can hear, the capitalized words receive stress. When you repeat this sentence, you need to emphasize those same words. Similarly, pay attention to intonation. If the speaker's voice rises at the end of the sentence, your voice needs to rise too. If it falls, your voice has to fall too. Rising intonation often indicates questions or uncertainty. Falling intonation shows statements or certainty. Matching the intonation pattern helps you sound more natural and shows the TOEFL examiner that you understand the speaker's intention. Tip number 4 is critical. Be ready to repeat immediately because there is no preparation time in this task. The moment the audio finishes playing, you need to start speaking right away. There's no pause for you to collect your thoughts or organize what you heard. This is intentional because the task measures your ability to process and reproduce spoken English in real time. Many candidates struggle with this because they're used to having thinking time before speaking. They want to think about what they heard or plan how to say it. Here's how to prepare for this. When practicing, don't give yourself extra time after listening. As soon as the audio stops, start repeating immediately. This trains your brain to work at the speed the actual test requires. At first, this might feel uncomfortable or rushed. That's normal, but with practice, it becomes more natural. By the way, if you want this channel to keep going, write yes in the comments, click like and subscribe. We only make videos that you actually want to watch. Tip number 5 is essential. Speak at a natural pace when you repeat. Many candidates make one of two mistakes. Either they speak too quickly because they're nervous, or they speak too slowly because they're trying to be extra careful with pronunciation. Both extremes hurt your score. Speaking too fast makes your words run together and makes your speech hard to understand. Speaking too slowly sounds unnatural and can make you lose the natural rhythm of English. Instead, aim for a comfortable, conversational pace. Think about how you would speak if you were telling a friend something important. You'd speak clearly enough to be understood, but naturally enough to sound relaxed. The original audio you hear is typically spoken at a natural pace. Try to match that pace as closely as possible. This shows the TOEFL examiner that you can process and produce English at a realistic speed. Tip number 6 is to pronounce all word endings clearly, especially those that are easy to drop. Many English learners have trouble with final consonants, particularly sounds like S, ed, T, and D. In many languages, words don't end with consonant sounds, so speakers of those languages sometimes drop them in English. However, these endings are grammatically important in English. They indicate plural forms, past tense, and other essential meanings. Take a look at this example. The student studied. The student studies. These two sentences are very different. The S on students and the ed on studied carry important information about number and time. If you drop these endings, you're not accurately repeating what you heard. Pay special attention to words that end in consonant clusters. These are groups of 2 or more consonants at the end of a word. For instance, words like asked, helped, and months can be challenging. Make sure you pronounce all the sounds, not just the first consonant. Tip number 7 is simple but crucial. Don't add words that weren't there and don't change the words you heard. The listen and repeat task measures how accurately you repeat what was said. Some students add small words like well, or so at the beginning. Others change words to synonyms or rearrange the sentence structure. All of these reduce your accuracy score. For instance, let's say you hear this sentence. The professor will announce the exam date tomorrow. You need to repeat exactly that. Don't say the professor is going to announce the exam date tomorrow, or tomorrow the professor will announce the exam date. Even though these sentences mean roughly the same thing, they're not accurate repetitions of what you heard. Tip number 8 is to work on your pronunciation fundamentals well before test day. Clear pronunciation is one of the 2 main scoring criteria for this task, so it's extremely important. Start by identifying which English sounds are most challenging for you. Every language has different sound systems, and certain English sounds might not exist in your first language. These are usually the sounds you'll struggle with most. For example, if your native language doesn't distinguish between L and R sounds, you'll need to practice this distinction. If your language doesn't have the TH sound, you'll need to work on words like think and this. Additionally, practice minimal pairs. These are pairs of words that differ by only one sound, like ship and sheep, or bad and bed. Practicing these helps you hear and produce the subtle differences between similar sounds. Remember, you don't need to sound exactly like a native speaker. What matters is that you are easy to understand. That's the goal. If you're serious about achieving the TOEFL score you need, check out our TOEFL packages using the link below. We'll guide you step by step on how to score high, so you'll feel confident on test day. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their TOEFL score too. See you in the next video!